Hello and welcome. You're listening to Start Again with Shaunna Lee, the place where you will be reminded that it's never too late and you're never too old to do the damn thing. So stick around if you're ready to vibe higher and be inspired to chase your dreams. Together, we will uncover your soul's truest desires. Now, if you're ready, let's get started. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Start Again with Shaunna Lee. Today is a little bit different because while it should be a solo episode, I am not alone and we're running a little late. So thank you for being here. Today we are changing it up. I have, at the request of my daughter, actually, it was her suggestion. Paige is here with me today. And we are turning the tables, and she is going to be interviewing me.
I'm taking over, in other words. I figured since, people always talked about how similar we sounded, hey, might as well put it to the test on this podcast and have like your mini me interview you.
Yes.
So let's just get right into it. So, in what ways have you identified yourself as a Start Again queen?
It's funny, when I was looking at these questions last night and prepping, part of what initiated this conversation is that I made a comment. I don't know how I would answer these questions if I was being asked. But one of my guests, Mary, answered it the way that I would. In what ways do I not identify as a Start Again queen? Quote unquote, that's what she said. I feel like my whole life has been filled with start again moments. And for me, what that looks like is the moment when life kicks you around a little and you're knocked down to the ground and you have to get back up. That's a start again moment. And I've had those consistently my whole life. Teen pregnancy, shifting my college plans was one. After each divorce, clearly, is a start again moment. Even when I like to say corporate America chewed me up and spit me out, and I started a new career as an entrepreneur, all of those are start again moments that I don't find incredibly inspiring for other people, but it is inspiring when I see other people do those things. So,
well, then instead of the word inspiring, which one of those start again moments do you think impacted yourself and the trajectory of your life the most?
I would say it was after each divorce, because that is a moment of, oh shit, how am I going to do this? And then you do it. So I think that the reason those start again moments are so impactful to me is that's the moment I know how strong I am. And I know what I'm capable of. And that's where I think our true power comes from.
Interesting. The whole time you were saying that, I was applying that to the whole teen pregnancy thing. Maybe just because I'm a little closer to that part of your story than I am to the divorcing part.
Yeah. Wow. Well, that definitely was the first moment that I thought, oh shit, I don't know how I'm going to do this. And if I can figure it out, other people are going to need to see that so they know that it's possible for them too. I remember thinking, once I decided to have this baby, your lovely sister, that I had no examples of what it looked like to still go to college, to maybe still get married. It was not the order that society had told me it was supposed to happen in. And I didn't have an example of what that looked like. And so I thought, well, okay, fuck, we're going to figure it out, which we did. And it was messy and beautiful and what we made of it. But I remember thinking, oh my gosh, if I can do this, then anybody can do this, because it felt so impossible. And that need or desire to be an example for someone else, I don't know where the fuck that comes from. But
Well, perhaps that's something we can delve into on another episode.
yes.
But focusing more on your journey and the challenges that you have had to overcome to get to this point in your life.
Mhm.
What would you say is the most surprising challenge that you had? One that was unexpected and you did not see coming?
This one is an interesting question. I love that I ask my guests this one because it's kind of hard to answer. There are challenges that everyone expects. So none of them seemed very surprising. Like, yes, being a single mom is fucking hard. I think, honestly, the most surprising part is how many challenges I've had to face all at once.
Okay, so the
So,
number of challenges at once.
for example, the one that's coming to mind is having to support my children and parent them well when I'm not okay. Each one of those is a challenge in and of itself. So being able to, I mean, any parent knows that to parent your children well, you put their needs before yours. You're losing sleep because you're worried about how they're dealing with anxiety or whatever the thing is. But when your kids are going through your divorce, kids struggle through divorce, and to properly support them through that is fucking hard. But to do that while you are struggling, whether that is, and the the struggling after divorce for a mom is, how the fuck am I going to pay my bills? How do I take care of this house by myself? How do I parent these kids by myself? There's all of these challenges that come with, like, how the fuck am I going to do this? But to do that while you're helping your kids, that's probably the most surprising challenge. And that was the sheer quantity of challenges all at once, I suppose, would be my answer.
I mean, hey, that makes sense to me. It's hard enough just trying to regulate your own emotions and your own needs, let alone adding a couple of little human beings who are still forming their thoughts and opinions into the mix.
Yep, that's about right.
But from firsthand experience, I can say you did and are doing a pretty darn good job.
Thank you, baby.
I'm a little biased because I'm her kid.
Mhm.
Moving on to the next question. So, if you were able to kind of go back in time, maybe to your first married self before the divorce, what do you think you would say to yourself? Any?
This is my favorite question that I ask people. And it's because, oh, there's so much wisdom that comes from all the answers that I get. And everyone has such good answers. I like that you asked me about a specific time because I think my advice to the younger me would be very different depending on which version of the younger me I'm talking about.
And what experiences you've had up until then.
Correct. Oh, well, sweet girl is the initial thought I have to the very first married version of myself. I would tell her to lighten the fuck up. Probably would be my top advice. Man, was she wound tight. I would say lighten up and have more fun. And I think one of the one of the lessons I get on repeat from the universe is relax already. That would be it. Just lighten up and relax and have some fun and don't take yourself so seriously and enjoy the moment. That's what I would tell her. That would be at the top of the list. There's plenty more that I would say, but that would be.
Okay, so then if you went back to your second marriage, so at this point in your life, you've been divorced once, You have 2 kids, you're bigs. Haven't been divorced the second time.
Mhm.
Any advice there? I believe at this time you also had 2 step boys.
Yep. My advice to her, it's actually Maya Angelou's quote. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time.
Mm.
That would be my advice to her. I waited in hopeful anticipation that words would one day match actions. And I, in hindsight, probably took too long to get there, hoping that what I had seen wasn't really true.
Yeah, for some reason, that specific quote has been resonating with me as well a lot lately. I've been
It's because
seeing
she's
it a lot.
brilliant.
Well,
and
yes,
it's
of course,
great.
we all knew that. But to have that quote specifically pop up so much, I would say, in the past couple of weeks for
Mhm.
myself, seems like a message for me as well as for you. So that's nice to hear.
It's a good one.
Okay, so then moving on to the next part of your life, younger you. I guess this one is a little closer.
Mhm.
So if you could go back a couple years, pre-pandemic,
Mm.
that's like a whole other life in and of itself.
Yes.
Any advice you would give there?
The slightly younger version of me. Interestingly enough, it's still relax, lighten up, enjoy the moment. I think that has been a theme throughout my life. But I think if I were to look at just a couple years ago, I would say to believe in yourself and to feel your way to where you want to go.
Interesting. Feel your way.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by that?
Because what I've learned about creating a life you love, manifesting, whatever the fuck you want to call it, what I have learned is it's all in the feelings. It's all in feeling as if this thing has already happened that brings it closer to your now reality. And for me specifically, throughout my whole life, I would say my biggest life lesson has been to allow myself to feel the feelings. And so they're very closely related. And so by consistently my whole life trying to avoid feeling any feelings, well, newsflash, that doesn't work out very well.
And really? It doesn't?
No.
I'm currently in that process right now.
No, it doesn't. Feel the feelings. It's a whole lot fucking faster. So just getting myself to the point where I actually feel the emotions and I am experiencing the moment, like truly, one, it helps the shit pass a lot faster, but it allows me to enjoy my life more. Fucking it's not rocket science, but yet we all go through our lives trying to avoid the majority of the emotions that are generated by being human. And simultaneously, what is actually getting your manifestations to come true is to feel as if they are already here. I'm like, it's all fucking tied back to feelings. Feel the feelings.
You say that, and what I'm hearing is fake it until you make it. Is that like kind of on the same wavelength? Because that's how I feel sometimes in regards to certain manifestations, especially if you're manifesting a state of being.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've all heard the term growing up, fake it until you make it.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, pretend that you are a confident bad bitch until one day you wake up and look in the mirror and you realize you are.
So for me, fake it till you make it doesn't work because I cannot fake feelings I don't actually have.
So you just have to feel the feelings that you're feeling?
Generate what I'm wanting to feel, which is different than faking it to me. I can't fake that I love someone. I can't fake be nice to you if I don't like you. I can't fake have money if there's no money to spend in my account. Like, I can't fake those things.
Well, okay, sure.
But I can generate the feeling of what it would be to be in love without having a romantic partner. I can feel happy and appreciative and grateful for what I do have. I can't fake being appreciative of the Lamborghini I don't yet have in my garage that I will have one day.
You want a Lamborghini?
Yes.
Is that your dream car?
I want the Lambo Urus. It's the coolest fucking mom mobile ever known to man, because it's a Lamborghini and it's fucking fast, but it's an SUV that can hold all my children and all their shit.
You want to go back to SUV life?
I'm going to show you a picture of this. Actually, I'm going to show you a video of this because it is beautiful. And yes, that's what I want. That's my dream car right now. It changes all the time, by the way.
Wow. All right. Okay. You learn something new every day. Wow. Okay. Well, where do you think you're going from here to get to that Lamborghini goal?
I also love this question because everyone goes, I don't really know. Almost every one of my guests says that. And I actually do know, but usually I only know the very next step. I sort of have a dream goal for my life, obviously, but my very next step is hosting these in-person events so that I can get out and actually see people and talk to them and discuss my book and talk about the audio that's coming out and get feedback on the podcast in like real life from real people. Because I was talking to my guest yesterday. We recorded an upcoming episode, and she also has a podcast. And I was telling her how it very much feels like I'm talking to a black hole. I record some things, I have a conversation with a guest, and they're great conversations and I have lots of fun with them. But then I just kind of post it out for the world to see or hear. I'm not seeing anything, you're hearing it. And I don't know how it's landing. I don't know who's listening. I don't know where they're located. Do they listen in their car on their way to work? I have literally no idea what people are doing with this content I'm creating. So these events are going to be a great way for me to get and hear that feedback and just know, like, how are they landing? Do you like it? Would you wish I would stop talking about this one thing? You really want me to dive into another thing? Like, I don't know. I have high hopes for these in-person events. So that's the first thing.
And before you move on from there, yes. I know that you have scheduled a couple of local tour dates. Would you want to share that with your audience in case we have any fans who would like to meet you?
Yes, absolutely. So we have October 1st, October 6th, October 11th, and then another one in November. I think it's the 5th or the 6th. It's a Saturday. I will include them all in the show notes. But we anticipate adding more events as the fall goes on. So I would say the best place for people to go to get the up-to-date information is my website, SimplyShaunna.com/events. And that will be all of the events, the locations, the times, the dates, all the good stuff. But also I'm hoping to bring in, I know a couple already of my local friends who have been guests on the podcast will be joining me as well. So people will get an opportunity to come meet those people in person as well.
Oh, that's so exciting. I love to hear that.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really super special and very fun. So I'm excited about that. And then the second thing I'm working on is my next book. So that is what is initially like front and center next for me is writing this dating book. I'm so excited about finishing it, one, because I'm ready to finish another book, but tentatively it is called Welcome to the Shit Show. And it's all about dating midlife.
If that isn't the most accurate title for dating ever.
Yes. So it's going to be really fun. And so I'm looking forward to finishing that. And I've set the goal to finish writing that book this month. So we're halfway through. We'll see how that goes.
Fantastic. Well, I love to hear that. Mm-hmm. Well, so besides your website, how else can people reach you? I know you've got your Instagram.
Yes, I am Simply Shauna Lee on all the socials except
Oh,
for TikTok.
love when it's all cohesive.
Yes. So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, YouTube, Twitter.
Oh my God, I forgot half of these things existed.
Yes, the old people know these. But I'm not on the TikTok yet. I have a love-hate relationship with the TikTok, but that one will be coming soon when I figure out the technical difficulties I'm having.
Well, maybe just start by not calling it the TikTok.
No, I'm doing that on purpose. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm not on TikTok yet. So that's how people can find me.
Oh, fabulous. Well, thank you for letting me be your interviewer today.
Yes.
And
Thank you for the suggestion. It made me very uncomfortable, which is why I did it.
yeah, hey, those moments of growth are when you feel the most uncomfortable and you push through it regardless.
It actually reminds me, this will be my parting thought. I had a friend reach out to me on Instagram, which, by the way, is my preferred social media. She reached out and sent me a DM and said, "Girl, you are fearless." And I literally laughed out loud because that could not be further from the truth. I have fucking fears like the rest of everybody else. But what I have learned is to do it anyways. Do it scared. And when it scares you, pay attention and lean in and do it anyways. So here we are. So thank you.
You're welcome. And thank you for having me on this episode. Hopefully, I'll be back on the other side of the microphone.
Yes.
In the future. Look forward to that, listeners. And with that, have a good day.
Okay, listen. Are you struggling to find what your true purpose really is? You should try journaling. At the very least, it will get you to a better feeling place than where you are right now. I've created a set of journal prompts to get you on your way to discovering who you truly are and where you want to go from here. My free download is called Journal Yourself to Joy, and it's available at shaunalee.com under Free Stuff. These are my tried and true journal prompts that will raise your energy, increase your positivity, and brighten your day. Download yours today.